Number one, it's not an option because you're either deteriorating or you're growing. Spiritual life, your emotional life, your relational life is just like your body. It's either getting better or it's getting worse.
Yeah.
And there's not really no in between. Stasis is not an option. Once you realize that, you go, I think I'll choose growth. And okay, what's that mean? It means I'm going to have some sore muscles, and it means I'm going to be in the discomfort zone more than I am in the comfort zone, because the comfort zone will eventually lead you to the discomfort zone accidentally. So I'm going to choose growth.
Your phone is the biggest gateway drug. Master your inputs and enjoy your outputs. Declutter your mind. Declutter your mind. Because your goal has nothing to do with cooking with Kaya. It won't change until you change. If you're watching this right now, it's because you want to gain some control over your reality. And the only way we could do that is by reverse analyzing how to gain control over your reality. We need to control our thoughts. Once we get in control of our thoughts, we're in control of our actions. Once we're in control of our actions, we're in control of our reality. Okay? It works in that order. You get in control of your thoughts, you get control of your actions, and then you're finally in control of your reality. Master your inputs and enjoy your outputs. What does this mean? Your small habits compound into larger habits. How do we get in control of the small habits we do on a daily basis? We have to dig down deep and we have to manage our thoughts. Once we're able to manage our thoughts, we'll have healthy actions. Healthy actions lead to healthy outputs. Your outputs are your reality. Your reality depends on your thoughts. Your actions depend on your thoughts. So what is the root cause? Your thoughts. You want to take your life seriously, your reality seriously, you gotta find out what bad habits that you carry on a daily basis. Not drinking enough water, not getting enough rest, not eating well, not having enough focus to complete a task, not sticking to your word. Most of us want to do right with our life. Like, you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't have the urge to do right with your life. We don't stick to the promises we give ourselves. People that are successful, this is what I'm gonna do. The moment from when they tell themselves what they're gonna do and the moment of execution is so much shorter than someone that's unsuccessful. Now, someone unsuccessful, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds by the summer. It's December. January goes by. February goes by. March goes by. Oh man, summer is right around the corner now. April goes by. June goes by. Summer's here. It's too late. There's no success in being too late. Make a plan of action and have urgency. Between the time that you say, I'm gonna do this, and actually do it, is the measurement of how successful you're going to be. That is a mixture of discipline and consistency. You have to wake up today. You can't take no days off. And I don't mean that you have to work out every day. I mean that you have to be mindful. You have to be mindful of your journey every day. I can't eat this at this time. I can't miss this workout. When your will for change is greater than your will for staying the same, it doesn't take long. If you have your goal in mind, you just have to execute. The hardest part of following out your dreams is taking that first step. You start to get a rhythm. You start to become afraid to stop. You put in so much effort. You put in so much work. You don't want to fail. It's easy to lose sight of your goal when you're distracted. You have too many other goals. You have to have one, maybe two goals, and focus on those goals day in and day out. Declutter your mind. Declutter your mind. Because at the end of the day, it's only when we sit down and we start to focus and we take one day at a time and we stop letting other people's opinions and judgment from holding us back. It's you versus your word. Get rid of distractions, whether that be friends or your phone. Sometimes it might be both. That solitude of not consuming information that is unnecessary, because your goal has nothing to do with cooking with Kaya. Your goal has nothing to do with going out Saturday night to the bar with your friends. And sometimes your friends could be your greatest enemy. They'll make you feel bad for chasing your dreams. Oh, you was never like this. Why are you acting like this now? You can't stay the same forever. So that means you can't have the same friends forever. It's never going to work in your favor. If your life doesn't have the trajectory that is in your favor, you need to make changes to your life. And that means cutting out distractions. There's so many habits that you can grow up with that you feel it should be normalized because they feel good. Your friends could feel good. Your phone could feel good. Skipping workouts can feel good. Playing the game can feel good. Eating crap food can feel good. Increase your water intake. Increase your healthy inputs. Limit your distractions on a day-to-day basis. If something makes you feel good, it's normally not good for you. So cut it out. Cut it out. We're not children anymore. My advice to you is start taking life seriously now. Because that life will smack you upside your head and it will be worse than the beating. Because you're going to have to live with it. It won't change until you change. You are special. You're not supposed to be left behind. And don't compare yourself to other people. It's normally our issues that make us who we are. Some people choose to ignore these issues. And the way they ignore these issues is with drugs. Now you're a drug addict. And now no longer you have those other issues. Now you're a drug addict. That's your main issue. But you still have those other issues. They're just underlying. And you resort to the drug. You resort to the drug or the bad habit that you do to cope with how you're feeling at the moment behind those issues. And that becomes your identity. That's how alcoholics and junkies are made. They don't want their issues to become their identity, so they choose a worse identity. Because that identity makes them feel good. Momentarily. Because drugs don't last forever. Alcohol doesn't stay in your system forever. Because the next morning you wake up and you're feeling like shit, it's 10 times over. Because now, you have to face your reality of the fact that the drugs are done, the alcohol is done. Now I have to go deal with my real issues. And sometimes it gets so bad that people wake up the next morning and medicate again. Have you ever met somebody that wakes up the next morning after a long night of drinking and smoking and continue to drink and smoke? They're scared of who they might become. Stop making excuses for yourself and start doing for yourself. Get out the mud and take that first step. Control your thoughts. Control your actions. You are in full control of your reality. And nothing can defeat you. Nothing can stop you because it is you versus you. Your phone is the biggest gateway drug. Your phone is the biggest gateway drug. It is no longer weed. Weed used to be the biggest gateway drug. That was years ago. Your phone is now the biggest gateway drug. Because you need your phone to call the plug anyway.